I didn't get put onto anime until I got Netflix. No, not this Netflix.
Oh!
There we go. Bet most people ain't even know Netflix looked like this. When I scrolled to their anime category, 3 animes caught my eye. This, but the one I'll be going over today is one that doesn't deserve the hate it got when I was growing up. Sword Art Online Season 1 is cinema. Sung by Lisa the Goat herself, like, come on! I don't care what anyone says. Kirito walked so Jinru could run. I already know some people gonna get tight cause I said that, but don't worry. I'll show you just how peak this shit was. Let's go. It all starts in 2022. A new MMO is dropping and coming to VR, aka a Nerve Gear. The most anticipated game ever, Sword Art Online. The hype was real, fans were ecstatic. We get introduced to our main character who gets the game on the day of release. Come to find out, he was a beta tester. His name, Kazuto, aka Kirito, teaching old boy Klein the ropes. After a couple hours, Klein tries to log out, but there's no logout button. Something felt off. They also can't move their bodies in the real world once they're hooked up, so they gotta wait for someone to fix the bug, or someone takes it off of them in real life. As the town bells from the first floor Central Town started ringing at that moment, all players were forcefully teleported to the town of beginnings. The sky turns red, and the game master, Akihiko, makes his presence known. He tells them that the logout button being gone is not a glitch, and he took it out on purpose. Also revealing that attempts to forcibly remove the nerve gear will result in its transmitters dealing lethal thermal damage to the player's brain. So the only way out is to clear the game's all 100 floors, with one catch. If you die in the game, you die in real life. Akihiko says that despite having informed the outside world of this situation beforehand, friends and family members of some of the players had already ignored the warning, causing the deaths of 213 players. He takes his leave by leaving a hand of mirror, which changed everyone to their IRL appearance. Everyone started to panic and wanted to be let go. Kirito tries to save Klein, but he says he needs to help his friends who are still at the plaza, so they go their separate ways. By December 2nd, 2022, a month later, 2,000 players had already died, their names long crossed out on the Monument of Life, while the first floor had yet to be cleared. A self-proclaimed Knight Diabel called the meeting at the town center. He announced that his party had found the boss room at the top of the labyrinth. He declared that the current strongest players of the game had a duty to defeat the boss, reach the second floor, and inform the other players in the town of beginnings that it was possible to clear the game. Niggas was turned. Diabel suggested the players to form parties with each other, as a raid group would stand a better chance against the boss than a typical party. Kirito was panicking when he saw that everyone else had already formed parties until he noticed a hooded girl alone and asked her to form a party with him, which she accepted. After forming the party, Kirito noticed her name, Asuna, beside her hit point gauge. Later at night, Asuna was eating dinner when Kirito came and joined her. Kirito gave Asuna a jar that contained some cream, which she enjoyed very much. Aw, W bonding moment. The next day, the group entered the floor boss room, where Ilfang, the kobold lord, awaited along with his spawning minions, and the battle commenced. Diabel led the raiding party and gave out commands on blocking and attacking the boss and his minions. During the battle, Asuno's speed was crazy. Even Kirito couldn't keep up with her. As the boss's 4th HP gauge reached the red zone, Diabel ordered everyone to stay back and approach the boss alone. This confused Kirito, as that wasn't the plan at all, and bro thinks he's the main character. Kirito quickly noticed that something was wrong when Ilfang pulled out an Odachi instead of a Tall War, which Ilfang had used in the closed beta. Kirito told Diabel to stop and pull back, but he was too late. But he got cooked by this crazy ass combo, sent this nigga flying. As Diabel's health quickly dropped to 0, Kirito tried to give him a healing potion, but Diabel rejected it. In his last moments, Kirito realized that Diabel was after the last attack bonus item, and it was also a beta tester like him. He asked Kirito to defeat the boss for everyone before disappearing. With Asuna's help, Kirito attempted to defeat the boss. The boss proved to be fast and attacked Asuna first. Although she dodged a hit, her cloak was destroyed, revealing her face. Oh my god, she's fine shit. Kirito made a mistake and got hit, slamming into Asuna. Agil saved them from receiving the final blow and told them to recover while the rest held the boss off. After they recovered, Kirito and Asuna gave one last hit, with Kirito dealing the last strike, defeating the boss. and obtaining a last-type bonus item, the Coat of Midnight. Everyone was hyped until old boy here started being suspicious about Kirito knowing the boss's attack patterns, accusing him of being a beta tester and withholding information. Kirito, like the real nigga he is, stood on business. Yeah, I am a beta tester. What you gonna do about it, pussy? Then he throws the fucking fit on. Look at the fucking drip. As he was getting ready to leave, Asuna stopped him asking how he knew her name, which is crazy. Like, look at the party name, bitch. Your name right there. Kirito then told Asuna that someone strong like her should find a guild she can trust, as there were limits on what a solar player could do. After which, he disbanded the party and headed to the second floor. On April 8th, 2023, at the 11th floor, the members of the Moonlit Black Cats Guild were celebrating in an inn because Kirito had appeared and saved them. The guild leader, Keita, extended an invitation to Kirito after he learned that he was a solo player. Hiding his true level, Kirito joined as a temporary member until the guild could be independent without him. Kirito was also asked to help the stat development of another player named Sachi. A month later, Kirito and the guild were seen training in the Sunshine Forest on the 20th floor, where Kirito assisted the guild in taking down a killer mantis. It was putting belt to ass. To maintain his own level, Kirito would often sneak out at night and grind in the higher floor labyrinths. One night when Sachi ran away, Kirito found her and she told him she's scared to die and he won't let that happen. Less than a month later, when the group finally collected enough money, they wanted to purchase a guild home. Keita teleported to the town of Beginnings to purchase a new base for the guild. While Keita was gone, the other members decided to impress him by getting items from the labyrinths near the front lines. Kirito tried to object, but the members insisted they were strong enough. They traveled to the 27th floor labyrinth, where they found a hidden door after finishing their hunting quota. Ducker picked the lock and found a treasure chest in the center room. Kirito quickly recognized it was a trap and tried to warn the group, but it was too late. Just as the guild members opened the chest, the room suddenly turned red and a swarm of monsters surrounded them. The group's teleport crystals failed to activate. The trap was an anti-crystal area, with the only exit being sealed. Kirito tried to defend himself and reach Sachi. Everyone was getting slaughtered, left and right. It was GG's. Despite Kirito's effort to protect her, Sachi was killed as well. She had said something right before she died, but Kirito did not hear what she said. Several months later, on December 24th, 2023, Kirito met with the information broker, questioning her about the location of the Christmas event boss. Obsessed about the possibility of a revival item said to be in possession of said boss, Kirito hoped to hear Sachi's last words. While Kirito changed into his best equipment, a flashback was shown where Kirito informed Keita about the demise of the other members and told him that he had known about the possible trap since he was a higher level. Keita cursed him and committed suicide by leaping off the edge into the endless sky. Holy shit. Kirito then headed off to the 35th floor dungeon, the Forest of Wandering. Along the way, Kirito was followed by Klein and his guild. Klein initially wanted to fight alongside with Kirito against the Christmas boss, but Kirito refused. Another guild pulled up as well. Klein and his guild members decided to hold off the opposing guild while Kirito handled the boss, Nicholas, the Renegade. While Klein and his guild rested from their fight, Kirito came out. Klein asked what was wrong, and Kirito handed him the revival item, the Divine Stone of Returning Soul. After reading the item's description, Klein found out that it would only save a player during the 10-second end phase. As Kirito started to walk off, Klein stopped him and requested he live on till the end. Kirito then headed back to his house and laid in front of his desk while waiting for the morning. Suddenly, Kirito was alerted by an incoming message in his inventory. To his surprise, he had received a recording message from Sachi that was timed to appear at Christmas Day. After engaging the message record crystal, Kirito listened to the sound of Sachi's voice, telling him although she would probably be dead at that point, her death was not his fault. Saying her death was inevitable and asked Kirito to fulfill her wishes. She ended the message by humming Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and thanking Kirito for all the time he had spent with her. Damn, this shit sad as fuck. On March 6, 2024, there was a meeting at the main town of the 56th floor, where all the top players and the clearers were discussing the advancement of the game. We also learned that Asuna is the second in command of the Knights of the Blood Oath. Later on, April 11, 2024, Asuna found Kirito sleeping at a grass hill within the 59th floor main town. Kirito said it was peaceful. She rested beside him to test his theory and fell asleep with him. When Asuna woke up from her sleep, she noticed Kirito was watching over her and almost attacked him before she remembered what had happened. To thank Kirito for protecting her as she was sleeping, Asuna tried to treat him to a meal at an NPC restaurant in the 57th floor. On June 24, 2024, a player blacksmith named Lisbeth, who had her own custom shop in the main town of the 48th floor, just finished sharpening Asuna's rapier. Having her interest sparked, Lisbeth asked Asuna why she was not in the front lines that day. Asuna blushed and replies that she had taken the day off to meet with someone. Lisbeth then quickly teased Asuna. The next day, Lisbeth was busy forging swords when she heard a customer coming into her shop. The customer was the GOAT himself, who had come to order a custom-made sword. Kirito reassured her that money was not a problem and asked for the best sword possible. When Liz asked about the sword stats, Kirito answered that he wanted the stats to be as good or better than his elucidator. Liz gave him the best sword that she has ever forged. Ignoring her protest, Kirito tested her best made weapon against his, and her weapon broke upon impact. So you know what that means. Adventure time. Traveling together on the west mountain of the 55th floor, Liz began to grow cold, so Kirito gave her one of his coats. They reached a place filled with crystals, causing Liz to run forward with glee. However, she was stopped by Kirito, who told her to get a teleport crystal ready in case the dragon showed up, and to hide and not come out no matter what until the dragon was defeated. Soon the dragon pulled up. Kirito deflected the dragon's breath with his sword, and Lisbeth began to admire him. Damn, get the meat out your mouth. When Kirito dismembered one of the dragon's arms, Lisbeth, believing that the battle was nearly over, came out of hiding. The dragon quickly noticed her and targeted her, but Kirito came to her aid and shielded her. However, this caused them to fall into a large pit. They survived the fall and spent the night there. Seeing the dragon coming back for the day, Kirito grabbed Lisbeth and ran up the wall to get on the dragon. He then stabbed the dragon with Elucidator, and the dragon flew out of its nest in sunrise. They held hands and detached themselves from the dragon when they were in the sky.
Kirito! You know what?
No, what?
Don't freak out! But I'm falling in love with you!
I can't hear a thing! What did you just say?
Never mind!
The two returned to Lisbeth's shop, where Lisbeth poured the material into a sword named Dark Repulsor. Kirito tested out the sword and was quite impressed and pleased with the results. Liz insisted that Kirito did not need to pay, offering to become his private blacksmith instead, which caused Kirito to blush. The moment got short-lived though, once Asuna came back. Lisbeth then learned that Kirito came to her store based on Asuna's recommendation. Lisbeth was heartbroken when she realized that Asuna's crush was Kirito. She left her shop, and Kirito found her crying, but cheered her up. W-mans. On October 17, 2024, while returning through the forest from the 74th floor labyrinth, after boxing a lizard, Kirito spotted the rare ragu rabbit after successfully containing its dropped item, the famous S-ranked ingredient. Kirito headed to A-Gil's shop in the 50th floor Main City to sell the item since he didn't know how to cook it. That motherfucker just like me. Coincidentally, Asuna showed up and said her cooking stove is maxed out and she can cook it for him at her place, but her bodyguard was not trying to let that slide. Cockblocker of hell, Kuradil. Asuna forced him to get his goofy ass home and left. She showed him her crib that costed 4 million core. Like damn, she rich. As they ate, Asuna said they should team up again. The next day, Kirito was waiting to meet her, and Asuna then suddenly appeared from the teleport gate and bumped into him.
What is this thing? Squishy.
Nice. Asuna revealed that she was trying to get away from Kuradil, who then emerged from the teleport gate. Kirito stepped in, and Kuradil challenged him to a duel. Oh boy, he does not know who he dealing with. They took their stance, and as soon as the timer hit 0, one swing was all it took. Literally, Kirito came in and shattered Buddy's sword. Oh yeah, that was go. Kuradil was crying like a motherfucker saying he cheated. Asuna relieved him of his duties and sent him back to headquarters. Pussy ass boy. Asuna decides to take the rest of the day off from the guild and they go to a dungeon on the 74th floor. Holy, was she putting in work. They make a good duo for real. They're really starting to look like those couples who mention names on Valorant. They soon came across the eerie looking door and realized that behind the door was the boss of the floor. They took a peek inside with the teleport crystals on hand. Inside, they found the demon-like boss, the Gleam Eyes. They wasted no time to get the fuck up on out of there. After fleeing from the boss room, Kirito and Asuna took a break in the safe zone of the labyrinth to discuss a game plan. Shortly after Klein and his guild pulled up, that's when he noticed fine shit.
Hi, I'm Klein. I'm 24 and single and looking for
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Then another guild called the Army came through tired as fuck. The leader wanted the map to where the boss was and Kirito gave it to him. His team is gassed and he trying to kill the boss. Everyone point and laugh. Kirito and Asuna quickly ran to the boss room and watched the army fight the boss. They noticed that the troops were in bad shape and the boss was blocking the exit. They couldn't teleport out either, and Kirito started getting flashbacks. The boss wasted no time packing these niggas up as well as their leader. Asuna tried to attack the boss but was knocked away instantly. Kirito stepped in and he knew what he had to do. He had to pull it out. The sword Lisbeth made for him to dual wield in this bitch. The 1v1 was Ran, blocks this attack and starts to hit him with the Starburst Stream. Clean ass combo, blocks the boss attack, switches blades in both hands and start going crazy. The boss catches one of his blades to come in and deal the final blow. The goat deals the final strat quicker. Holy, bro, look at his health. Made him pass out. When he regained consciousness, Asuna was there ready to hug him. In the night of the Blood Oath's base on the 55th floor, Kirito met with the leader, Heathcliff, who challenged him to a duel for the sake of allowing Asuna to take a temporary leave from the guild, stating that he could not allow the vice commander to leave so easily. If Kirito won the duel, then Asuna could leave to be with him. However, if Kirito were to lose, then he would have to join the Knights of the Blood Oath.
Yeah, okay. If you want to settle this with swords, that's fine by me. We'll have ourselves a duel then.
Asuna was pissed and worried for Kirito because Heathcliff was famous due to his divine blade, and he has outstanding offense and defense, plus the fact that no one has ever seen his health bar reach the yellow zone.
Oh my god, bro, is dick riding all you do?
No, I'm
Like, you literally got that nigga dick in your mouth right now. I see it.
After selecting the first strike option for their duel, both Heathcliff and Kirito readied themselves as the timer counted down. When the timer reached 0, Kirito started off full-on assault with his dual blades. However, Heathcliff was able to block all of Kirito's attacks with his tower shield. Kirito seemed to be at a disadvantage, as Heathcliff easily defended and attacked using his divine blade, refusing to let up on his assault. Kirito continued to attack by activating Starburst Stream and finally knocked Heathcliff's shield to the side, creating an opening. As Kirito tried to go in for the final blow, Heathcliff moved his shield at an impossible speed and once again blocked Kirito's attack, seizing the moment. Heathcliff made a clean hit on Kirito, causing his health bar to reach the yellow, therefore winning the first strike duel. Like, damn, nigga lost. On October 22nd at A Guild's item shop, Kirito spoke with Asuna while getting ready for his duties with the guild. Asuna used the opportunity to question Kirito why he avoids guilds and people despite being a nice person. Kirito answered by telling her about his time with the Moonlit Black Cats and how they died because of him. Asuna hugged him and promised that she would protect him. At the guild's headquarters, Godfrey informed them about taking Kirito to a mandatory training session in the 55th floor's labyrinth to evaluate his skills. Also, that Kira deal was coming. In the field on the 55th floor, they stopped in to rest, and Godfrey gave them each a portion of food. While drinking, Kuradil had a freak-ass look on his face, and that's when it happened. They both got poisoned. Kuradil wasted no time killing Godfrey. Kuradil revealed his revenge plan to kill Kirito and his membership in the player-killing guild, Laughing Coffin. Asuna arrived to his rescue, knocking Kuradil away, and immediately using a healing crystal to treat his critical wounds. As Kirito was surprised to see her, she explained that she had been observing their group via the map when she noticed that Godfrey had disappeared. Realizing that Kuradil had killed Godfrey, she unleashed a flurry of attacks against him. After getting wounded, he suddenly begged for mercy, promising to leave the guild if he were spared. Asuna hesitated, and of course, causing Kuradil to come in with a surprise attack. However, Kirito intercepted the attack just in time by sacrificing his hand to block the blow. Using his free hand, he dealt the final blow to Kuradil with his martial arts skill Embracer, killing him in the process. Rest in peace, Bozo. You won't be missed. Asuna broke down in tears, believing that she was responsible, saying that she would never bother Kirito again. Before stating that his life now belonged to her, not wanting to part ways from her, Kirito told her that he wanted to be with her for the night.
What are you waiting for? Get undressed. Don't just sit there. It's embarrassing.
No, wait, I didn't. I mean, I just, all I wanted was to spend the night with you tonight and not the other thing.
You
Afterwards, Asuna woke up to find Kirito recently out of her bed, expressing her happiness that her time with Kirito had not been a dream. After hearing that Asuna planned to stay away from the front lines for a while, Kirito brought up the location of a small village at the southwest region of the 22nd floor. Kirito then asked Asuna if she would go there for a while with him and marry him. She gratefully accepted the proposal. Aww. On October 24th, 2024, the newly married Kirito and Asuna met with their guild leader Heathcliff at headquarters and asked for some time off to recover from the ordeal involving with Kuradil. Heathcliff allowed them to make a temporary leave, stating that they would be called back to the front lines eventually. They went on a whole-ass honeymoon. During that honeymoon, they found a little girl named Yui. They deduced that she's not an NPC, and since she couldn't pronounce their name, she called them Mama and Papa instead. They decided to accept her as their daughter. They better than me, but fuck it. Fast forward, they received a visit from Yulier, the vice commander of the army. Instead of complaining about them fighting her guild members, Yulier thanked Kirito and Asuna for punishing her fellow army members who were causing trouble. She then told them that she came to ask for their assistance. The guild became corrupt when the pussy boy from earlier, Kibao, he came into power and enacted upon collecting taxes from people. Taxes? Imagine getting taxed in a video game. What is this, 2K? Big fella! He was also the reason they were at the boss on the 74th floor, as well as leaving this dude named Thinker to his demise in a high-level unreachable dungeon. Kirito and Asuna decide to help. As they made it through the dungeon, the group finally arrived in a corridor with a safe area in sight. At this moment, Kirito used his searching skill to confirm that Thinker was trapped in there. Overjoyed with the news, Yulier began running towards him, but Thinker yelled her to stop. Immediately afterward, Kirito detected an enemy named the Fatal Scythe lurking and rushed to Yulier. As the Fatal Scythe was about to land a blow on her, Kirito jumped in and pushed her out of the way. Asuna then asked her and Yui to run to the safe area and teleport out. As the boss attacked, Kirito and Asuna blocked the assault, but were blown away from the hit, lost half of their hit points in the process, and were unable to return to their feet. At that final moment, Yui stepped in and got the boss out of there with ease. Turns out, Yui was AI, and that the Cardinal system, which regulated the entire SAO server, created an AI for mental health, and Yui was given the ability to emulate emotion to put players at ease with her. She said that she used the GM console to delete the boss altogether, resulting in this Cardinal system detecting her presence, and due to her disobeying its orders, the system now recognized her as a foreign object and removed her from the system. Yui thanked Kirito and Asuna and vanished into thin air. They managed to save Yui's program by transforming it into an in-game object, Yui's heart, which Asuna then wore as a pendant. Damn, I'm not crying, bruh. Upon their arrival, Heathcliff told them that a group of 20 players had found the 75th floor's boss room, but when 10 of them reached the center of the room, the door quickly shut and disappeared, leaving the other 10 players outside unable to assist them. When it reappeared 5 minutes later, no one could be seen there, neither the players nor the boss, because it was an anti-crystal area. Players could not escape and were slaughtered by the boss, so a team of players from several guilds was being assembled to confront the dangerous boss. Prior to the battle, Kirito and Asuna found out that Klein and A-Guild would also join in the fight. Heathcliff then used a corridor crystal to open a portal to the 75th floor's boss room. After everyone got ready, Heathcliff gave a word of encouragement to the players. Meanwhile, Asuna held hands with Kirito, reassuring him that she would protect him, and asked Kirito to protect her as well. Kirito told Klein and A-Guild not to die, and Klein responded by telling him the same. The large party then charged into the boss room and waited for the boss to appear. Once all players entered the room, the gateway closed and disappeared. However, the boss was nowhere to be found. At that point, Asuna listened carefully and heard a snake-like rattling above her, and quickly informed everyone that the boss was above them. The boss was a skeleton-like centipede named the Skull Reaper, with a pair of gigantic scythes as weapons. The boss dropped down and immediately killed 2 players with its scythe in one hit. Even Heathcliff wasn't enough to stop this dude from getting clapped. As it was about to kill another player who was shook, Kirito quickly jumped in front of the player and blocked one of the scythes. The boss was about to strike Kirito with its other scythe, but Heathcliff came to the rescue and blocked it, while Asuna helped Kirito fend off the other scythe, and the 3 began distracting the boss while ordering the others to attack it from the sides. A-Guild, Klein, and 2 other players started attacking, but the Skull Reaper smashed them with its tail, killing the 2 players and wounding A-Guild. Everyone then continued to attack the boss from the sides, while Heathcliff, Kirito, and Asuna kept it busy from the front. Heathcliff noticed that the boss's life was nearing depletion, so he immediately told everyone to attack with full force, and shortly afterwards, they finally defeated the Skull Reaper. As everyone was exhausted recovering, Kirito became sus of Heathcliff, who wasn't tired at all. He pulled out his elucidator and then suddenly attacked Heathcliff with Rage Spike. Heathcliff attempted to block it, however, Kirito slightly altered the trajectory of the blow, allowing it to barely avoid the shield and continue towards his chest. Just before making contact, the attack was stopped by a purple Immortal Object shield. Asuna and other players were confused at Kirito's attack. Kirito explained that because of Heathcliff's status of protection under the system, his HP would never fall below the yellow zone. It was revealed that Heathcliff was Akihiko, the maker of the game all along? Plot twist of doom. Heathcliff admitted that he was Akihiko, and that he originally planned to be the game's final boss at the 100th floor. Heathcliff also revealed his prediction that Kirito would have been the one to fight him at the end, as he had designed the dual blade skill for the player that he intended to be the one to stand against the final boss. Members from Knights of the Blood Oath tried to attack, but he sat them down quick as hell, paralyzing them. Everyone but Kirito. So round 2 was about to commence. No system assist, and his immortality status disabled. Kirito managed to defeat him in his duel. The game would be cleared, and he would free all the players. Asuna pleaded Kirito not to accept the challenge, but Kirito, having flashbacks of all those who had died, accepted the wager. At the beginning of the duel, both fought at extreme speed. This shit was peak. Heathcliff started to corner Kirito, scratching his cheek, prompting Kirito to desperately activate the Eclipse, a 27-hit high-level dual blade skill. Heathcliff easily blocked each and every strike of the sword skill. With the last hit, Dark Repulsor broke after hitting Heathcliff's shield, and just as Heathcliff was about to deliver the finishing blow to Kirito during his post-motion delay, Asuna jumped between the two, saving Kirito's life while sacrificing her own in the process. No! Kirito swung his sword with little effort, allowing Heathcliff to easily send his elucidator flying and stab him. But as his HP was closing to 0, the moment his HP dropped and the system deemed him dead, Kirito, rejecting the system's order to die, used the last drops of his strength to stab Heathcliff, who smiled as the blade pierced his body and the two shattered. Shortly after, a voice of the system announced that the game had been cleared. Kirito opened his eyes and found himself in the sky outside of Aincrad. Asuna was there too. He told her that he was sorry for dying and not getting her back into the real world. Then they hugged and shared a kiss. Watching the destruction of Aincrad, unexpectedly Akihiko in his real-life appearance appeared, telling them that SAO's mainframe was deleting all of its data and it would be gone in the next 10 minutes. He also stated that 6,147 survivors had successfully been logged out of the game, but the other 3,853 players who died were gone forever. Kirito asked why Akihiko did all this, and he replied that he could no longer remember why he created Aincrad, but he recalled the desire to create a castle that surpassed all laws and restrictions. He then congratulated Kirito and Asuna for clearing the game and disappeared into thin air. Kirito and Asuna spent their final moment telling each other their real names and their real ages, him being 16 and her being 17. Then they hugged each other while waiting for the final moment to disappear. Kazuto woke up in the real world and found himself in a hospital bedroom. While trying to make sense of where he was, he remembered Asuna, bringing tears into his eyes. He took off his nerve gear and grabbed the IV drip stand for support, and slowly walked out of his room to find Asuna while calling her name. And I'm ending the video here. Cliffhanger of doom, bitch. Let me know if I should do more of the series though. But until next time, I'ma just, yeah.